Hi, humans. As a therapist who preaches therapy constantly, I thought that it was only fair to share the story time of the first time I ever went to therapy as the client and why I walked out. I was in grad school and I remember I was currently house sitting at this time. I lived about 2 hours away from my college, so where I was house sitting was about 2 hours away. And while I was house sitting, I was just triggered by something. And all of that childhood trauma that I had been suppressing for so long just came flooding out. It felt like Pandora's box just like opened, and the wrath of all of that just like shooted out of me. And I could not put words to what I was feeling. My anxious thoughts were going a million miles a minute. By this point, I had gotten pretty good at just shoving it all down. So I remember that day I had the mental breakdown. I had to get to class because I had school that day. And so I remember I was like, okay, I'm just going to do what I do best, shove it down, be fine, pack my backpack, and I left for school. And I remember like the whole time, it was the first time I never put music on or any background noise. I just drove in silence. And I just remember like my heart, I remember like I felt like I could hear my heart beating so fast, and my thoughts were just so loud. Like I felt like I couldn't hear anything other than my thoughts. And I remember specifically feeling like I could just drive off the highway, run into a lake, and just end it all. And that's when I knew. I was like, okay, something is wrong, because I had never really experienced something like that to that extent before. I got to school, I skipped class, I immediately went to the top of our building, the social work building, where all the professors' offices are. And I just remember like panicking internally. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I just know that like I need to talk to somebody because I don't feel safe right now. And I remember I just went to the first office that was open, that had their door open. I just couldn't, I could not mouth the words of what was going on or what I was feeling. And I remember all I said to her, I was like, I need help. And so she was just like, okay, like, let's get you help. So she walked me down through a couple of buildings to the area where students get free counseling. And she stayed there with me while I set up an appointment. They were able to get me in that same day, just a couple of hours later. I ended up skipping classes all day. I went to the library. I sat in the library for quite a while until my therapy session. So then I just remember too, like, debating whether or not I should go to therapy, because I was like, I don't need this. Like, I'm fine. I have a great life. Like, I don't know what there is to complain about. What I can remember